So it really looks like that this could be the biggest Japanese empire we've ever seen in an AI-only battle. Because they have not only one settler, but a second one also, going through the Pacific, going straight to, I'm guessing, the west coast of North America, as well as the Shanu are continuing to find some sort of routes through Central Asia and over towards the Pacific, and they'll continue to colonize the North America as well. Same thing for Kazakhstan. So crazy. So crazy. And then who knows what these two Chukchi settlers are doing. Obviously, they have all this land in Siberia that still needs to be settled, as well as, remember, the Chukchi have amazing bonuses for tundra and snow tiles, so they might actually find this to be more useful than parts of North America. We'll have to see. There's a very, very interesting race going on in the Pacific, so it's actually pretty exciting. No major new conflicts have broken out. Persia actually going for, it looks like, maybe this northern part of the islands that they've already colonized. That could be something interesting. Again, I think I've made a note of this Korean city. This is huge. It is a puppet for now, but they stole the city away. Can't remember from who. I think that's an Indian name. It might have been from an Indian civ. That's big because, remember, Korea was pretty much locked off. Korea was locked off behind the Japanese for the most part. And, well, there's this one route, but they're about to be locked off. And they wouldn't have been able to get any other settler out, but now they have that opportunity. This is like kind of old news, but I just wanted to make a bigger note of that. That's huge. If they end up annexing the city at some point, they can just pump out settlers and then just boom, 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 and go after all of Australia. Definitely could be a very competing force against Persia, who has to travel a lot further, and Persia as well, continuing what we've seen before in the past, and they're going through the Indian Ocean for the South Pacific region. Is there anything else? Do we see no more other settlers? Babylon has kind of backed off somewhat of the Ottomans, it seems like. A few people went to war with the Umayyad in the last video. And the Congo, yeah, huge stand for France. France, it looks like, is going to hold off the Congo, since I don't think they're getting either open borders anymore, or maybe Egypt and Ethiopia have kind of cut off the Congo from this settlement here. Either way, they're gonna. It's gonna really, really help out Napoleon in this fight. Huge. And France is even kind of forcing the British back. Almost. The British actually have pushed forward, which I'm kind of surprised. Didn't think they were going to push forward. But this will not be enough of a force to take over Paris. Definitely not. Look at this navy that they're building up too. So France holding on. They can't lose too many units because they've got way too many rivals that are surrounding them. I can only imagine that the Vandals or Egypt, the Greeks, the Pope, who knows? Anybody would want to jump in after a war to take some Napoleon cities. Nigeria, once again, captured back Timbuktu, and we have the Shanu stealing away this colony from, was it the Maratha? I believe it was the Maratha. So Finland has adopted order. Interesting. So far we have, wow, Finland was the 4th civ to discover an ideology. That's huge. So 2 order nations from Japan and Finland, and the Chukchi and the Shanu both choosing to go down autocracy. Finland is influential with 4 out of 52. 4 civs when nobody is influential with anybody else. How did they do that? Maybe that's probably a combination of 2 things. First of all, they've got the most tourism in the world. And second, I'm guessing they're probably only influential with some of the very small civs, with only 1 city left. We can check that. I feel like that'd be a little bit tedious and not a big deal. But something to kind of keep in mind. That is really interesting to see them become influential at this stage in the game. Like, this is really early, so they must have some interesting, unique bonuses to tourism, or maybe some unique tile improvements. I am not. No, it doesn't look like any unique tile improvements. I don't think. How is Austria doing? So yeah, they captured Berlin back, and there is a race to defend here. Again, because Austria won't be distracted with the siege of Berlin anymore, they might be able to send up more forces to the north for defense. And I've been talking about this. I don't know what the Scottish are going to do, but I'm thinking the Scottish got to be thinking something here. The Scottish have got to be thinking something. Obviously, the Scottish and the British probably don't have the best relationship. There's no open borders agreement between the two, and I don't think I've seen an open borders agreement between the two in the entire campaign. So I'd imagine they don't like each other very much. That's just a guess, just a little feeling I have, I guess, a little bit. All right, so let's check on some colonization. Again, Nigeria doing a great job at continuing to take back Timbuktu from the Ashanti, which was originally, well, not originally their city, but Nigeria started that conflict with Timbuktu, and they're going to hold on to it again. Babylon looking like this is, yeah, I mean, we saw this in 2 videos ago. This settler that we kind of forecasted going off to South America, it looks like we might be right about that, unless he is going for a small spot in Africa. Could definitely be a possibility as well. No more settlers, it looks like. Yeah, no more settlers just yet. Yep, the Chukchi did settle in Florida. Nothing along the Atlantic, which is interesting. Lots and lots of movement from the Pacific, though. And Portugal doesn't know where to go here. I don't know if Portugal's really far behind. I don't think Portugal can sail still. I don't think they've got deep sea sailing yet. So that could be part of their issue. Let's check in on the Pacific. Japan with tons and tons of reinforcements coming. And yeah, Japan's probably going to go for a San Francisco city. And it's only going to give Japan even more dominance over the Pacific if you actually think about it, because these cities will more than likely all entirely be coastal. So it might be interesting to jump into what the Japanese have decided to do in terms of social policies. That might be really interesting. Again, you cannot take down Tibet. Tibet is the invincible Florence Civ. Tibet is unstoppable. You just can't take them out. Remember, Siam is still at war with China, I do believe. We'll actually find out right now. Yes, they are. And they're actually kind of starting to give up on their war with Tibet, even though it looks like Tibet is bringing in forces to go fight Siam, because the Mauryan units are just not doing enough. The Mauryan units are going after the capital of Tibet. The Huns have chosen autocracy. Again, there's going to be a big divide between order and autocracy. We've seen this every single time. What is Persia doing? Persia, what are you doing? Oh, look at this. 2 Mauryan settlers moving towards the south. That could be for Australia. There was actually 3 Persian settlers. Jeez. And I have no idea. Oh, and the Congo even. I bet you anything the Congo are going for this island, though. I don't think they know much about Australia. The Ashanti here, too. Oh, they just moved up north, though. So I don't know what that means. Maybe they're both going for this island. That could be it. So that's where that Ashanti settler was going. No. This Ashanti settler is still just chilling. Not doing anything with this one. That is interesting. The Pope, we still don't know where the Pope is going. Again, the Pope could go for an island. Never underestimate the AI and their quote-unquote intelligence. They will do some crazy things sometimes. Do we see any other... I know this scout, this Egyptian scout has been in the New World, I think, for quite a long time now. Is there any other scouts? The Umayyad, that's kind of interesting. We've got Siam with a caravel out this way, too. Siam would actually benefit a lot from moving to the New World. He does have a pretty big monopoly over Indochina. So with these 2 multiple coastal cities, he could easily just, boom, start going crazy. He should probably settle the Philippines, though, because whoever settles the Philippines is going to have that's a pretty good jumping off point between going to Australia or, the west coast of South or North America. I think it's a pretty good island to grab a hold of. The Sumer and the Japanese have declared war. Let's check back in on Europe. How is Europe doing? This is the big fight here. World Congress, city-states, okay. But there are no city-states. Wow. Okay, so Sweden really, really close to taking over this city. Very, very close. The problem is that this unit is probably going to get killed. Probably going to be destroyed. Austria does move first. If this musketman uses some of these ships as meat shields, then it's possible. But Sweden is running out of units fast. And the problem is, even when Sweden does take this city, Austria is going to take it back. It'll definitely hurt Austria You're talking, oh my gosh, how did they destroy, well, all the cannon units? I was going to say, how did they destroy all those units? But the cannons, like I said, you get enough cannons over there and you're going to be set. Spain now at war with the Sumer. Problem is, Sumer are pretty safe, at least unless the Persians decide to attack the Sumer, which actually, are they? I don't know. I don't recall. So, I don't know. It looks like they were at war with somebody. Prussia and Armenia. Armenia is staying very, very safe behind their Caucasus Mountains. And they'll probably continue to stay safe. I don't see them being eliminated anytime soon. And the big battle between Timbuktu continues to rage on. Or for Timbuktu, I guess I should say. Nigeria with only 2 more pikemen left. See, the Ashanti clearly have the number advantage. But they might not have the strategical placement of their units. That's part of the issue, I think. Jeez, just so many British ships out this way. And they're actually not doing much. They're just staying off the coast. Britain, are you going to continue to throw out some settlers, or are you going to just not? I guess I understand if you're just going to not. Let's see where this Japanese settler heads to. Also, something else that we should probably be taking note of is whether the Japanese, or just units in general, there's going to be this point where the AI is able to move 3 tiles of sea instead of just 2, which for someone like the Japanese, but everybody right now in this world, will be huge. We're going to find out right now. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so they're able to move 3 tiles, and that might have been kind of an older technology, obviously because because the Japanese have their own ideology, it's safe to assume they're ahead in technology. Yes. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of these civs have that technology. I can't remember off the top of my head exactly what tech that is in and what era you get that tech. All I know is it's a pretty big deal for a map like this. Being able to move 3 tiles instead of 2 is going to get you to the New World a lot quicker, especially for someone like Japan, who has to travel across the huge Pacific Ocean. So, yeah, like I imagine, like, I bet you Kazakhstan does not have that. Kazakhstan losing their capital, not in the best of situations, usually don't have the best technology, which could explain why they're just so slow at moving. Egypt versus the Sumer is a little bit more of an interesting conflict. Until Mecca falls, though, you know, Egypt's really not going to make that big of a difference. I don't think. Mongolia and the Sumer have peaced out. And Babylon and the Ottomans have finally peaced out. Oh, they peaced out for a city, too. So, this is a weird campaign, because I've never seen so many peace deals for cities on Immortal difficulty. We usually don't ever see that. We see that a lot on Emperor, even more on Prince. But on Immortal, maybe it's because on Immortal we're just so used to AIs doing really well and taking whatever city they want, so they don't ever ask for a city during a peace deal. Maybe that's the reason why we're seeing so many cities through peace deals. So many cities swapped to other civs through peace deals. That could be a possibility. Because whenever we played before on Immortal, we'd never see this many. I've seen maybe one ever on that difficulty level. So it's kind of interesting. Yeah, and this conflict between the French and the British is pretty much over, I think. And as I said, the French have held back the Congo. It's huge. Really, really big. Now the French need to figure out how to combine these two sides of their empire. Good population here in continental Europe. Africa's still growing. They really need to somehow find a way to consolidate through attacking the Vandals would be big. If you can attack Austria, you have no immediate border with Austria, at least in continental Europe, so you'd be safe. And I kind of want to know what the Pope is thinking about in this whole situation. Pope kind of in a really good spot. Lots of population, 4 cities. And he's going for his 5th, if he doesn't have a colony someplace else, and I don't think he does. I don't think they were ever able to get out over this way. Huns looking pretty good. I definitely am not giving the Huns enough credit. I know they have that ideology, obviously, in place, but Huns are looking real good. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now, they do have a border, And the Congo had just happened to send a lot of ships over towards the Horn of Africa. So, yeah, that's a big one. Persia-Congo might be one of the biggest wars we've seen so far. That is pretty huge. It looks like it's safe to say that Persia's probably going to lose this city, and Persia's also going to really slow down their colonization of kind of the South Pacific. Prussia and France, interesting war, but nothing will come from it. And then, yeah, the French and the British did, in fact, peace out. Looks like the Scottish will not use this to their advantage to gain their independence. Siam actually did it. And look at that. Finland is going for the New World, it looks like. That could be for Greenland, too. So, boom. There is now an immediate border between Siam and the Chukchi. Now, you're talking about Chukchi, who I know a lot of people in the comment section are naming the #1 civ. They think it's going to be, they're the #1 civ. But you got some really scary borders, Chukchi. I mean, Korea, who's always going to be pretty okay in technology with their unique ability. Siam, who's doing amazing in Indochina. They've got the scariest of all borders with the Shanu. So it's just kind of interesting. Very interesting between these two powers here. Chukchi obviously kind of focused on colonization, and I think a lot of the AIs are, except for the ones that are in the middle. It's interesting. I think we're seeing a lot of the perimeter civs focus on colonization, the civs that can have access to new land, whereas the civs that don't, the civs that are kind of trapped at this point, are focusing in on war. That's really cool. It's very cool that we're seeing that. It's the perfect mixture. Yeah, so Persia's going for the Philippines, it looks like. Really interested to see how Moria is going to do with their own settling. Really want them to peace out Tibet so that they stop taking so dang long. Come on, Moria, just choose your dang things and move on. Go for it. Get out of here. Do it, man. Do it. Do it. Okay, let's see if Japan moves any deeper into North America. It's entirely a possibility. Like, again, it was just kind of a theory of mine that they could be going after San Francisco. I think it'd be a better strategy for them to settle there. I mean, I don't know how it is strategically. Citrus, wheat, fish. Actually be better if you went here. We'll see. I actually don't think he's going to settle there. I hope he does, though. He did. Okay, that's good. I think overall it's a better plan for the AI, to be honest. To have more coastal cities. Japan is going to be a big threat, I think, in the western U.S. and western Canada. So it's going to be really fun to see how they do. But anyways, guys, I'm going to stop right there. We've got more settlers coming. Kazakhstan, the Chukchi, even the Japanese. Actually, where did the Japanese settler go? Is he moving down south? I might be just blind. Unless he's already pretty far. There he is. Boom. He's going for Australia then. Well, there you go. He's going to put, he's going to keep his eggs divided. He's not going to put his eggs in one basket. But anyways, guys, I'm going to stop right there. Thank you so much for watching. And I will see you guys next time.